Well, it's always calmest before the storm, and man, this weekend we got just a ginormous leak regarding the Elden Ring movie. Throx TV over on TikTok, he has found props allegedly from the Elden Ring movie that have been constructed that we're hearing now shooting is going to start probably next week for this movie. And yeah, I'm about to get straight into it because there's a lot to break down here. We've known that the Alex Garland directed Elden Ring movie has been in some level of production for some time. He is such a fan of the game that he went over to Japan and pitched to Miyazaki himself this film, and now it's been in production for a little bit, pre-production, and it looks like now they're fully building out sets and are probably going to start shooting next week. And these video clips that Throx has shot for us, they show a lot. They show a lot. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I've been very skeptical of this film, and obviously I still am, but now my skepticism has gone from just pure skepticism to a little bit more optimistic skepticism. What he shows us in his videos is they have built out a full Church of America. It looks like it could even possibly be the very first one that we see in Limgrave. We also see some of the crucifixion posts that are in Limgrave. So it's starting to appear like this may be at least one of the locations we see in the film. A lot of people are now speculating that does this mean we are seeing more of a direct adaptation of the game? We'll be following a nameless, tarnished, whatever, like the main character player, which I personally am not a huge fan of, but we've just got to see more of. But anyway, so what we're seeing is a full built out, or at least like to a certain point level of the Church of America. I think probably some of it has been cut off a little bit towards the top where they'll probably use some CGI to fill in the rest of it, but at least like, you know, standing level and a little bit more has been fully built out, including a full statue of America herself within the church, which looks absolutely incredible. It looks like it's pulled straight out of the game. Like I'm actually stunned at how good so much of this looks. Like it really is incredible. What we also see here is some just like set piece stuff, like carts and barrels, but like Elden Ring fans, like we know, like this is stuff that we see out in the world in Elden Ring that you can like roll through and like break into pieces and like interact with, which is a crazy level of detail that I was not expecting. And I'll put it this way. If nothing else, I now have a good bit more confidence in the artistic direction of this movie. I think that at the very least, on a visual level, we will probably see a very good representation of the game into the film media. Again, what does the story look like? What is the time frame setting of the game? Who is the actual protagonist of the movie? Like, we still have no idea, but I'm getting the feeling that if we're seeing more like on the ground locations like this, we're probably following a Tarnished. Maybe it's not the Tarnished from like, you know, the game itself. Maybe it's someone like Vike, who knows, but I'm getting the feeling that we are going to see a more grounded narrative as opposed to, you know, something about the demigods or something along those lines from years and years past, like more of a backstory, which I think would have been really cool. Kind of a Game of Thrones type, you know, everyone vying for, you know, the lands between, but it doesn't seem like that. Just looking at the location, and who knows, they might go a direction I'm not even expecting yet, but it just doesn't seem like that's probably going to be the case. At least I just feel like we wouldn't be seeing such like on the ground locations, but who knows? Maybe I'm completely wrong. Regardless, I think everything that I'm seeing here looks incredible. Like the artistry, the craftsmanship, the fact that it's practical, which like usually you still get some level of like practical sets in most movies. Yeah, obviously, but like a set this big, this detailed really does bode well for the fact that hopefully this film also just feels tangible. It feels real. Like I genuinely long to go back towards movie making like The Lord of the Rings, where we were seeing these ginormous locations and towers being built that were then shot, as miniatures, but they were ginormous and being put in the film. I don't know if we'll see quite that level of like using miniatures in the movie, but at least on-set locations that are being shot with real props and tangible places and things. And again, the little details of like having the carts and the barrels is so cool to me, because it's just so recognizable as someone who's put well over 200 hours into Elden Ring. This stuff just, I could visualize it right now, like in my sleep. I could like probably envision the entire game. So to see all of this recreated so meticulously in real life is huge. Again, all of this is alleged. Throx himself even commented on my video on TikTok talking about this over the weekend, and he once again reiterates that according to him, this is all true, that this is all real. And so taking him at his word, because originally when I saw some of this the night before, more people picked up on it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I thought it was AI generated. I thought it was fake. I thought it was almost too good to be true. And the more that he's posted, and the more people that have been picking this up and giving it more credibility, I am also leaning towards this, being real. That this is probably an actual set piece that's going to be used in the film. Whether or not the location is where it's going to be shot, I would imagine some of this is being pre-built and then they'll like relocate it, but I mean, who knows, maybe this is where they're going to shoot some of this, and of course, in post-production, CGI, whatever, they're gonna add some stuff on top of that. So who knows? But yeah, after my previous video was like, man, like there really hasn't been a lot to talk about here, which is why I haven't been posting a lot. Like the next day, the floodgates open with this, and it's absolutely crazy. But yeah, this is super exciting stuff. I'm much more optimistic about this film and what it may potentially look like, and we'll just have to keep up with it. I think now that production's going into full swing and they'll be shooting soon, we'll probably start seeing a little bit more. I imagine there's going to be more people taking some pictures they probably shouldn't on sets and talking about it and posting stuff. And I think the more and more we see, we'll start to get a better idea of like where they're actually taking this thing. Like, what is the focus of this? So only time will tell. Again, huge shout out to Throx over on TikTok. Go follow Throx TV. That's his username, @Throx TV. I wanted to give him a shout out here, and go check out some of his stuff as well. But yeah, super excited, very interested to see what's next, and yeah, I'll definitely be covering more of this as we find out for sure. But if you liked the video, thank you so much, guys. Be sure to hit that sub, hit the like, hit the bell button, and go follow me on TikTok as well. This is where I originally talked about it. I was out a little bit for the weekend for the Easter holiday, and I'm kind of back now to make a full video on this. But over there on TikTok, I can make some of this stuff a little bit quicker and put it out there and go ahead and talk about it when I'm out. But I always want to come back here and record full videos as well. But so be sure to go check out the TikTok page too. So I would really appreciate it. But thank you so much, guys, again, and I will catch you all in the next video.